recently, 4 of the Republican gubernatorial candidates in Arizona went head to head in a debate, and it was a clown show. Not exaggerating, we have video to prove it. It is not a spoof, it is not an SNL skit. You're about to watch Scott Neely, a small business owner who brags about working on the border wall. You're also gonna see Paola Tuliani Zen, who is an Italian immigrant and business owner herself. Carrie Lake, the Trump-endorsed gubernatorial candidate in Arizona, is also part of this debate. And then we have Karen Taylor Robson, who's a lawyer and businesswoman, married to an extremely wealthy Arizona businessman named Ed Robson. Okay, so that's the context. Let's start with the first video where the topic of discussion is election fraud. And since these are Republican gubernatorial candidates, you can guess that it is unhinged, to say the least. Let's watch.
I'd actually like to ask everybody on this stage if they would agree we had a corrupt, stolen election. Raise your hand. Did we have? This is
I would like to. I'm not going to play your stunt.
Why not get high-tech people that are going to be on the machines that are Republicans? A Democrat, Republican, get supervisors, equal amount.
That happens. We have parties looking over election results.
They're doing it now.
No,
they're actually telling them there's a reason that the people who want to see election integrity are endorsing it. I just got the endorsement of Dinesh D'Souza. I've got the endorsement of all the America First people. 200,000 minimum ballots were trafficked by mules. This is why people.
But Carrie, you're part of the election fraud going on in the Republican primary as we speak right now.
Our campaign is a movement. We're going to show up and vote in droves. They're going to have to cheat even harder in order to try to win this.
Your campaign's a psyop.
Paula, Scott, are you going to accept the results of this election if you think there's so much fraud that it can't be trusted?
Are you talking about the primary I'm currently in?
I'm talking about the primary.
The one we're in now?
Yes.
We're going to see what happens.
No, every part of that was awesome. Republicans in the wild. We've got footage, okay? So I don't know what was better, Scott or the Italian lady, which we're gonna get more from both of them. They're hilarious, or the moderator.
The moderator's my favorite part because he's just like so fed up, and you're gonna see more and more of that as we show you more video. But his reaction to it's like an adult trying to get the kids under control.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the Italian lady's like, I mean, we should just have a Democrat and a Republican looking at, and he's like, that's what we do now. That's what we've always done. It really looks like an SNL skit, right?
Oh my God.
Good, we gotta say. And then you got Lake, who's the cuckoo one for that Trump is endorsing. And she's like, all the mules have endorsed me. I've got all 2,000 mules. Okay, they've all endorsed me and all these. Meanwhile, that's like crazy. Meanwhile, Scott chimes in with your campaign's psyops.
No, but it might be. It might be. No, my favorite part about Carrie Lake and her answer was, I was endorsed by Dinesh D'Souza. Think about it. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we did
well,
think about
I didn't know. Wow. Wow, lunatic and convicted felon. Wow, jeez. Well, what a winner.
She says it like he's Nelson Mandela.
I know.
You know, he went to prison for corruption and makes nonsense movies that even the right wing laugh at and go, that's so absurd. Like I don't think Newsmax would air it. He was complaining that Newsmax wouldn't talk about it. If you're too crazy for Newsmax, that's the endorsement she's complaining about, that she's bragging about. Meanwhile, Scott's like, not good enough. Still psyops. Still psyops. Those are fake mules, not real. Those are deep state mules, not the real ones.
Okay, we're not done yet. We've got more video for you. So the candidates took some shots at each other, more than what you've already seen. They decided to criticize each other's records, polling, and even their body figures too. So let's take a look.
You're a billionaire living in a mansion. Everything looks bright and shiny and good.
And it's nice that you're my neighbor, Carrie.
I live in a townhome.
HB 2289.
Hold on, let her finish, please, Scott.
Okay, God, they talk over me and I'm Italian. That shouldn't happen. You know what?
I'm Irish.
Okay.
When she was at ASU, she was pushing for CRT.
Oh my
yes,
God.
you did.
Are you kidding?
There's a reason we don't always invite Scott because he's polling at 0%.
No, 1%.
And this is what happens
but the polls lie.
Scott, please.
I have to say this, Carrie. You got recognition and endorsements because you are a celebrity. You're beautiful, great figure.
Fake children out of masks.
I am 100% pro-life.
Let's hold on with the fake lake. Hold on with the fake lake and hold on with the response.
You know what, we do need, she's right, we do need somebody who's a grown-up, and somebody who calls names is not a grown-up.
All right.
I'm Irish. I love lamb. I love lamb.
He really is. He's that character 100%. I mean, everything from Scott is gold, okay?
So, I want to hear him speak more.
That's not true. I'm not polling at 0%. I'm polling at 1%. Did I say that out loud? Yes, Scott, you yelled it, actually. Actually, that's, you just yelled in the middle of a debate that you're polling at 1% and kind of bragged about it. Okay.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much.
There was a fake lake in there somewhere, but I missed it. I don't know whose lake was fake. Okay, they're just.
Well, look, as the moderator said, we got to hold on with the fake lake stuff, okay? We got to get to the real business here, which is that lady Italian? And is the dude Irish? Because that's what matters.
Yeah.
That's what matters.
I think they established that part at least.
Yes.
Unless they're both psyops. And he's Italian and she's Irish.
Oh my God. So someone who name calls is not a grown up, according to Carrie Lake, except that her biggest and proudest endorsement is from Donald Trump.
Oops.
So, you know,
the #1 name caller on the planet.
He's like the king of childish nicknames for people he doesn't like.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
But I will say, Sleepy Joe is my favorite.
No, to be fair, I was just going to use Sleepy Joe as the example, and I pulled it back because I was like, that was actually true.
It is, yeah.
Okay, but every other nickname, of course. By the way, but Republicans have been doing this a long time. Bush used to do it, but less clever. He'd be like, oh, that's Big John, that's Little John.
Pooty Poot.
Oh yeah, for Vladimir Putin, his nickname was Pooty Poot. Pooty, does Putin look like a Pooty Poot to you? And that was Bush, so they've gotten used to it. So, and now they're complaining about name calling. Hilarious.
Now, we have one more video to show you of this fantastic gubernatorial debate. And it's just moments featuring pure nonsense that took place. Let's watch.
I feel like I'm on an SNL skit here. Are we going to take control of the debate?
We are taking, no, Carrie, I don't want you to try to
I'm happy to do it.
I know you would be happy to do it.
Listen, I haven't been on a stage with this many women since I've been to a baby shower. It's been a while.
I don't know how that's going to go over, Scott, but we'll let that hang.
First election.
May I finish? Mamma mia.
If we were exploring other planets and other solar systems, and say on Mars, we actually found a clump of cells, let's call it, life, right? Wouldn't we do everything we could to protect that life? Because it's new life. Well, why can't we treat human life in the same way that we would treat alien life that we discovered on an alien planet?
How would you?
Oh my God, what are they doing? Stupidity, inept.
And I'm sorry, but the only kind of drag I've ever dressed in is a business suit or construction work clothes. I've never aspired to be Elvis Presley.
And no, you can't respond to a closing statement. All right, that's it. That's it. That's it. Thank you to all of our candidates.
Thank you very much.
Mamma mia. Okay, I've dressed as a construction worker, the Native American. I've got almost all of YMCA, but I do not do drag, okay? I do not do drag, okay? If you say so, brother.
Oh, so many great GOP options to choose from in that gubernatorial race. How do you make a choice? How do you choose out of that? I mean,
but guys, we look at it, we laugh and laugh. Republicans look at it and go,
nailed it.
Attaboy, nailed it.
Yeah.
Okay. They're like, who do you choose? I mean, how do you choose? They're all such gold stars. I don't know. I mean, we showed you a Wyoming debate that was just almost as ridiculous as this. And then the Arizona Republicans are like, hold my beer. We're gonna send in Scott and Mamma Mia, okay, to see how you like them. The alien line was, of course, hilarious, but my favorite, definitely the moderator. You can't respond to a closing statement. Okay, it really is an SNL skit. I mean, that's exactly what they would write on Saturday Night Live, okay? And then he's like, I haven't been on stage with this many women since a baby shower, right?
Oh, the moderator's reaction to that was my favorite
That's why
part.
moderator is like, I don't know how the voters are gonna respond to that, but I'm gonna let that one hang out there. No, he might win. He might win.
No, he's
Republicans might look at that and go, "Well, attaboy."
Look, honestly, out of everyone on that stage, like if you forced me to support one of them, right, in this weird topsy-turvy situation, I would go with the dude, Scott Neely. Scott Neely was his name, I think it was.
Oh, really? Because you're thinking, sunk fish swim sideways.
At least you'd be entertained.
Well, that's for sure.
Yeah, I would. He seems like there are certain things about him that seem a little endearing, you know.
The fact that he's Irish.
He's just an ordinary schmuck.
Yeah.
Who doesn't know how to read the room.
No, I know.
And I kind of love it. It's hilarious.
Yeah. By the way, to be fair to the Republicans, I ran for office, and like 13 people were running. And whenever like a lot of people are running, there's always a couple of dudes. Okay. Like, yeah, I mean, the one guy started talking about how like he was beating his wife or something.
Are you serious?
Like crazy stuff. I mean, you should go check out debates. They're kind of hilarious. You might get unlucky and run into a super boring one, but if there's one with tons of candidates, you're gonna run into some interesting folks. Because remember, in California, it's not just Democrats. They weren't Democrats. They were Democrats and Republicans together. So they're like, so I know you with Republican candidates, like 60% of them are mental.
So let's talk about let's give you a little bit of substance here, okay? So where do these Republican candidates stand in this primary for the governor's race? Well, there is a poll conducted by Republican-leaning Data Orbital, and it has Kari Lake, which is the Trump-backed candidate, slipping under 30% for the first time during her campaign. She's at 27.4% compared to Karen Taylor Robson's 23.3%, with a margin of error at 4.3%, which of course qualifies it as a statistical tie. However, Lake bashed that poll on a radio talk show, saying that the numbers show that she actually has a significant lead in the race. But when it's made clear to Arizona Republican voters that that Kari Lake is backed by Trump, she does better in the polling. What Lake does have in her favor, though, is Trump's endorsement. When those Republicans surveyed were told that the former president's backing, Lake became more of a front runner. Her numbers increased 7 percentage points to 34.5%, while Robson's dipped down to 21.3%, and the undecideds fell to 28.2%.
If you're wondering who Robson is, she's the one that didn't make any crazy statements.
Right.
That's why she wasn't on the tape much.
The wealthy business owner, yeah.
Yeah. And so that's a standard Republican, wealthy business owner looking to rob you, okay, for her and her rich friends and donors.
With a polite smile on her face.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so now, to be fair to the Republican primary voters, they're tired of getting robbed, which the Democratic primary voters could learn a thing or two from. To be unfair to the Republican primary voters, they look at that clown show and think, nailed it.
Yeah. I mean, nailed it in entertaining us.
That's for sure.
Honestly, our democracy is no laughing matter. And this is indicative of the Republican Party at this point. That's pretty depressing.
Yeah, 100%. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.